Okay guys, this is not the real start to the video. This is a false start, which is something they do in rally racing from time to time. If you saw my Balochistan videos, you know that. But I realized that I didn't talk at all when I was in Jhal about rally racing and what the district is really most famous for is their amazing, incredible rally race. So what I've done is I've asked my buddies over at Team Sultan to share a bit of footage with me, which they have kindly done. Thank you, Pir. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. So I have a bit of drone footage of the Sultan. I have a bit of drone footage of Jhal Magsi and a couple of shots on the ground. I want to show you just how exciting rally racing is and how pretty it is there, and how different to Balochistan, which is the only experience I've had. Then once that's done, it's gonna go back to the peaceful, nice music that you've grown to expect on my channel. But for now, let's watch a little bit of rally racing.
Always were a dreamer as a child. Every night I watch the stars hoping for a sign. My father said, come down to earth, my son. But in my heart I knew there's something more out there. So follow me, just follow me. Yeah, follow me to another world. So follow me, just follow me. Yeah, follow me to another world. To another world. To another world.
Okay guys, and be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video because I have a couple of funny stories to share that would only happen in Jhal Magsi that, yeah, I'll tell you at the end. Hey guys, okay, just like the cricket stadium is the reason I went to Gwadar, this is the reason that I originally wanted to come to Jhal Magsi. I am not going to pronounce the name of this right. I've been trying to remember to say it right for about a minute and a half and it's not happening. So I am here. This is a beautiful paradise oasis that looks like something out of, I don't know, an ancient Roman land, I don't know, fantasies that you have of the ancient Roman times, or potentially something beautiful from Avatar. It is absolutely beautiful. It's about an hour and a half drive from Jhal Magsi, the city center, and it is definitely worth it. The water is crystal clear, like crystal clear, and they were going to bring fish so the fish could come up. I'll shoot that in a second and show you. But there are amazingly large fish that live in here. I imagine that people like swim in here as well because it looks, I mean, like, oh, okay, did you hear that? That was a fish. I actually want to swim. I'm tempted to swim, and I rarely do that when I'm on video shoots. But this looks like someplace just so magical and so peaceful. it's wonderful. I'm having a hard time believing, I mean, I know that the stairs are man-made. I get that, I'm not an idiot. But I find it so incredible that the rest of this just is the way it is. It is a wonderful, wonderful place to visit here in Jhal Magsi. It honestly is the reason that I came to Jhal Magsi, and I highly recommend it. I'm gonna put my feet in the water, I think, too, because it is hella hot here in Jhal Magsi. Like 45 degrees since I arrived, which is a lot warmer than what I would like to be honest. But here we are in this beautiful location. It's wonderful. Today is a good day. Okay, this is quite funny. It gets a little boring for a couple seconds, but this is the shot of when my drone went into the water. I told you about that, I think. Hold on. So here it is. Shit, the tree, down, down. It's in the water. Okay, now look how fast your team jumped in so quickly. Hold on. They were watching me. I didn't even know they were watching me. Check that out. Yeah. Oh my God, I've just lived my literal camel fantasy. Well, no, because I would like them to be my friends. None of them really wanted to be friends with me. I get it. We are in the middle of, like, I don't know where in Jhal Magsi, somewhere in the middle of this place. There are hundreds of camels all around me right now. And there are like fluffy babies and cute big ones, and they all seem so sweet. None of them were into me like petting them. But there's a few different watering holes just around where I was walking, and they seem to be migrating. They must do their daily routine back and forth to eat, drink, and be merry. But that was so much fun. Camels, camels, camels for as far as the eye can see. Wait, over here too. And then back in this oasis-y watery hole here. Oh my God, so many camels. I don't know why they make me so happy, but oh my God, camels. let's see, well, they're dumping all of the materials that they'll need to make the road, but it makes it so that only one car can basically pass through at a time, sort of, in some spots. But apparently there are lots of new big roads coming in, which will make it nicer to travel around. There's some bypasses that you still have to do going down, like, into the dirt. But apparently this is a new project that the CM has put in place, and it'll be fantastic because it'll be a really fast, nice road. Alright, so the funny stories, right? So, okay, now I realized, I think you can tell I'm not in Jhal Magsi any longer. I'm in Lahore, but I want to tell you a couple of stories. Now, one thing, I do realize I've been pronouncing Jhal Magsi wrong, because a friend of mine in Karachi last week explained to me that it's like you take away the A from Jhal, so it's like Joel. So apparently I'm saying it wrong. I'm just going to keep saying it wrong because now it's like ingrained in me, but Jhal Magsi, I guess, is how I'm supposed to be saying it. Anyway, so there's Jhal Magsi is different, right? It is tribal based, not really run like other districts, which have very set government offices, very set, like, there are protocols and hierarchy to the different staff members, like from the DC on down, all of the departments that normally make up a functioning government. It's different in Jhal, right? So basically, I realized this the first time. Okay, wait, no, I'm not going to tell that story. I'm going to tell the two I want to tell. So there are funny things that happen because of this too. So one of them, which is the story that I'm going to remember for years to come. So on my first trip to Balochistan, which was in January, no one really knew me. I was just starting to put out Pakistan content and all of that. Since then, I'm now the foreigner to have spent the longest in Balochistan in recent decades. I've also spoken on behalf of Balochistan for Chief Minister Jam Camel at the Pakistan Tourism Forum that took place in Islamabad. The speech was just about Balochistan. So more people know me, and I had like upgraded rooms when I was in Balochistan this time, like I've showed you in the last videos, by the DC in Las Bella, and all of the DCs met with me this time. Because in January, the only DC who chose to meet with me face-to-face was in Quetta. The major there, he met with me and had tea when I first rolled into the city. It was very sweet. This time, every single DC has either invited me for dinner or for tea at their home or for something. It's been very nice. Now, in Jhal, when I arrived, I thought I was going to stay a few days. But in the end, I wanted to just get the videos done and I had a couple of videos in Quetta that were time sensitive, and so I didn't end up staying as long as I thought I would. But because of that, the DC, who doesn't live in the district but lives outside, he thought he had a bit more time to meet up with me, but he didn't. And when he found out that I was leaving the district, I was out, it was during this video that you're seeing, I had been out at Pir Chattal. I was planning to leave pretty much after that and start driving to Quetta. And he heard that I was leaving and decided he wanted to meet with me. But where we met is the craziest thing ever. Now, it wasn't at the DC house, it wasn't anywhere like that. Basically what I was told was that the DC would like to meet with me. I was like, yeah, okay, sure, where do we meet? Is it on the way, hopefully? And they're like, yeah, it'll be on the way. after a while we pull over, but we pull over on the side of the street, right? We're not pulling over onto like into an apartment building or an office building or anything like that. We're just pulling over on the side of a very fast 2-lane road. I'm like, okay, well, what is going on? After a couple of minutes, like in front of us and kind of in a diagonal, a security vehicle pulls up and stops, so that the traffic going this way and that way both had to stop. Behind me, same thing. And then around comes this, nice truck, similar, nicer than what I was in, I think, but that kind of thing. And they're like, "Madam, you're just supposed to stay here 1 second." So I'm still in the truck that I'm in. The DC gets out. He comes over and he stands like in the middle of the road in between our two trucks. Then one of his staff comes up, opens the door to my truck, and lets me out. I then am escorted to the middle of the street, where I carry on a 3.5-minute conversation with the DC, a nice polite chit chat, while like on both sides of us, traffic is completely stopped, like bonkers super stop, like, I don't know, Middle Eastern mafia style, or like what you'd imagine, like, I don't know, when like an FBI is like stopping your car or something. It was crazy, like super cool, crazy. Even have these photos, which I've, been putting up so you can see what it's like. But that was, I will never forget that, like, most original DC meeting I will probably ever have in my life. That would only happen in Jhal. Like, this place, because it's tribal run and not, it's different. It's super different. I'm trying to get my buddy Pir Maxi to let me interview him. I think it'd be really interesting to write a serious piece for a magazine or newspaper about like the modern day tribes and what that means, because it really is a life that's very difficult to imagine. If I would have never, come on, like, who has like all the traffic stopped in both directions for a chit chat with someone completely unimportant like me, in the middle of the road, in the middle of the day, all traffic stopped, no one can move anywhere. That was wild. Hold on. Now, the other funny story that I have, which I just have like a short video clip, it's not like that story was much better about the DC, but they also would realize where we were going to be and would have food randomly waiting for us on the side of the road, like hot food. So we would be going along like in between like shrines or tombs or historical sites that I was visiting, and all of a sudden they'd pull over on the side. There'd be a man just randomly, like in the middle of nowhere, with a bag, and it totally kept us sustained the entire time. That was super like VIP, like VIP treatment. Having food randomly passed to us at random points along our routes as we were, as I was carrying on with my video shoot days. So all of that makes Jhal Magsi just kind of like a really different place. I mean, it's crazy different, but I still need to do some more interviews and research to really like identify just how different it is structurally, as far as like governmentally, etc. But I love the fact that I have friends there. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I think I'm going to close out with this right now, and I have my mic on. Hopefully the wind is not, hopefully it's not bothering us now because of the mic. But yeah, guys, if you have the opportunity to go to Jhal Magsi, whether you're going to check out the rally race, which I plan to go to the next one, so if you guys want to meet up with me there, say hi. I will definitely be at the next rally race, because I adore the rally group. They've become friends as well, and the fact that I'm good friends with Tushna and Ronnie Patel, and Tushna's like, you know, she's been the top female rally racer for so long and has younger girls now coming up below her. It's really fun supporting that as well. So anyway, guys, totally recommend Jhal Magsi. I hope you'll give it a shot on your next trip to Balochistan. I will see you in the next video. Sending big hugs. Stay safe, everyone. Ciao.